So, episode 2 of BBC thriller series, The BodyGuard. Um, we saw in the first episode last night that David Budd, who was called in to protect the Home Secretary Julie, after successfully talking down a suicide bomber on a train. It really must mess with his head, obviously being in a war, dealing with suicide bombers and other shit like that. He must need a lot of counselling because you can see how it's really affecting him. Um, so David was talking to his kids to school. He was taking his kids to school, um, and his boy was crying because other people's was calling him names, and he turned round and said, "Never cry. Don't cry. It's a sign of weakness." I did not like that one bit. I think we need to encourage more boys and girls to cry and talk more. Crying ain't a sign of weakness at all, it's a sign of strength. Um, and so, yeah, I really did not like that but one bit. I think that's sending the wrong message out to young viewers that is watching it. Um, and so after that, Julia has been keeping things from David about um, schools that has so-called been targeting um, for bombers, um, and one of the schools his kids attend to, and she's kept that from him. So they was following a um, suspected bomber um, into this warehouse, and then they come out afterwards in a HGV lorry, um, and it was heading to a school. It was literally the school was on their break, so everyone, all the kids was out in the playground, and this lorry just go straight into it. Um, but a police car got in front and started shooting, which did stop him. But one killed, and one was nearly dead. But he smiled at the police, and bang, it went. Um, and luckily, the children didn't get killed, so he failed that. Um, People, they think David is linked to. I think, and so does the police, think that um, the people that's doing all these attacks um, know that David talked down the first one on a train. So they're going to target his family and stuff. So his family has been moved to a safe house for extra precaution. Um, and the police thinks that, I said about the police thinks that the suicider knows that he talked down the train. But I didn't think so. I don't think that's the case. But we'll soon find out nearer the time, nearer the end of this 6 episode series. And then he met with a friend who really hates the secretary, Julia, and wants to give her a taste of her own medicine. So what did he have planned? I didn't realize we was gonna see that this series, this episode. But next minute is weird because one minute his son couldn't go to the school they wanted him to go to. Next minute they get a letter to say he could. So someone has pulled strings, or is it something else? And it's all to do with the secretary, why all this is happening, apparently. Um, so as they was driving, wherever they were driving to, they were getting shot at from a roof of a building. The driver got killed, so he was covered, David was covered in blood, and so was Julia. But he got her to a safe place. Then he went onto the roof, and found the person that was doing the shooting. And it turned out it was the guy that, it looked like the guy that he was sat in the pub with. And then he turned round to him and said, "It's your turn now," and just shot himself in the neck, which was a bit weird. He also put something in his wall, which was a bit odd. Didn't know what. Then he got a phone call to go round to Julia's, and obviously ended up kissing and had sex. David's boss thinks he will get a medal for his bravery, which I completely understand why. And the police have told him that she knew his kids was a target. She knew his kid's school was a target, and she sat back and done nothing. So he ain't gonna like that. He will. I think he's gonna plan something. And then it ended with him and Julia having sex. Very strange. It has been a brilliant first two series episodes. Why do I always say series? But yeah, it's been a brilliant first two episodes. Like I said at the beginning, I was not happy how they how he addressed his son. Because it's not a sign of weakness at all. Crying, it's all to do with strength. And if you are being called names and stuff, talk to someone. It's all right to cry. So yeah, it's next episode. I think it's next Sunday at 9 p.m. on BBC One.